So you've got a London Marathon place, or maybe a place in the Manchester Marathon or another spring marathon, and you're starting to think about running shoes for that marathon training block and then the race. Well, in this video I'm going to be giving you some shoes that might help you with that marathon training block. So it's one of those big things or big questions that I get asked when I take usually new clients on who have signed up for a marathon. So if you didn't realise, I'm a qualified running coach and athletics coach, okay, and I coach clients one-to-one but also on a group setting. But one of the biggest things they always ask me, maybe because of the channel where we do shoe reviews, is, all right, what shoes am I going to get, Fordy? And I wanted to do a video about it because I think we speak about race day shoes and we get excited about Alpha Flies, Vapor Flies, Adios Pro 3s and all this sort of stuff. But we kind of neglect those marathon training block shoes, the ones that will get you through that next 16 weeks. So I wanted to give you in this video sort of 3 or 4 options to consider. Okay, so the shoes I'm going to give you are shoes that I've worn in my marathon training blocks, and I think that's the fairest thing to do. And, you know, by the time this video comes out, there may be some newer models of these shoes, but whatever, right? But I want you to look at these shoes and think to yourself, yeah, maybe that could be for me. Now, the first shoe I'm going to tell you about is one of my sort of, wow, yeah, just one of the favourites, but it's a shoe that crept up on me and became one of my favourites without me knowing it became one of my favourites. And that is the New Balance 1080 version 12. In the summer, I was absolutely loving this shoe. No, summer, it was actually for the Edinburgh Marathon, so let me go back. And I wore this through my marathon training block then. This shoe was never a shoe that I thought I'd get on with because of the problems we had with the previous versions. But they updated the heel area and the Hyperknit upper, and the Fresh Foam X just got softened up. And it really was a great shoe. We've got a blown rubber outsole. And it just felt great on those miles as I crept up in distance. I was still able to do the easy work in it, but as I was going up in distance, so like 30 miles, 40 miles, 16 miles, 18 miles, I was able to put this shoe on and it carried me into those bigger miles. And then when I switched then out into sort of doing goal pacing those work, then, you know, this went back to being a recovery run shoe or an easy run shoe. But yeah, the New Balance 1080 version 12, people, is a great marathon training shoe. Don't underestimate this shoe. It really is good, but you've got to watch your fit on this shoe. They do some wide fitting in here, but you've got to watch your fitting on this shoe. But if you can get it sweet and get it dialed in, this is a great shoe to have in your marathon training block. The next shoe I can recommend for you is the Asics Glide Ride 3. Now this shoe is brilliant for you guys who want to go long, but also maybe if you're a bigger runner, I think this shoe really is an absolute winner. We've got guide sole technology, which helps in terms of the flexion, but it's also a very rocket shoe, so it's going to help you move through your transitions. But you can go really long in this shoe. I always use the Glide Ride at the start of my marathon training because it takes me into those mileage. So like I said, with the New Balance, I'll get up to that sort of 18 miles, then I'll switch to this for those bigger miles. It's just a really competent and easy to run in long shoe. And you can do some other bits and bobs in it, you know, if you want to do an easy 10 miles. But if you're going big and you're going long, this is the shoe to run in. It really is a fantastic shoe. But if you can only get one shoe and you're maybe a slightly bigger runner, then this is the one to go for marathon training. Now next up is the Nova Blast 3, which is one of the best daily trainers you can buy. I do think it's a little bit limited in terms of going long, but you can go long in the shoe. I still think the Glide Ride 3 is a better option. But this can do like everything. So this is like what a Nike Pegasus used to be years ago, where it can do like easy miles, daily miles, quicker stuff, longer stuff, racing it. You can literally do everything. And by the way, all of these shoes I've picked because you can wear them on race day, okay? You don't have to go and buy an Alpha Fly. You can run all these shoes on race day. The outsole's not brilliant on this shoe, but overall, it offers a great responsive ride with the midsole and the setup of the shoe. It's not overly expensive, and none of these shoes are overly expensive, relative. But it's just a great shoe. There's no other way to sum it up, really. It will do everything you want in that marathon training block. It is one of the best daily trainers out there currently, and that's why I wanted to include it in this video. But our final shoe, and the king of marathon training shoes, is the Saucony Endorphin Speed 3. Now this shoe, £165, will do everything. You can go easy in it, you can go long in it, you can do goal pace work in it, you can do speed sessions in it, you can do race day in it. Why? Because we've got Power Run PB, which is a really explosive and high feedback material compound on the Endorphin shoe. We've got a winged TPU plate, so it's a plastic plate in there which is giving you that kick as you go through, because this has got a thing on it called speed roll technology, which is all about heel to toe transition. You then get on that plate and it just overemphasizes that kick forward, but it's not as intrusive as a carbon plate, it's not as stiff as a carbon plate, so you can do the other mileage in it. We've got a fantastic upper on it, it's lightweight, and it just makes you feel awesome. So if you can only buy one shoe for your marathon training and you want it to race in it, then the Endorphin Speed 3, because the Endorphin Speed 2 is a little bit unstable, this is sorted some of those issues out, is the shoe to buy without any doubt, people. If you've just got that marathon place and you're thinking, right, I need a shoe that's going to do everything and do me on race day, then this is where to spend your money. So I don't think I could be any clearer on that. Let me know in the comments though, are there any shoes that you think, for some of the guys who maybe have got those marathon places, is a shoe they should be looking at? And don't forget, we want to be able to do everything in it, okay? I've given you 4 shoes there that I've used in my marathon training over the last few years. Different variations of those shoes in terms of numbers and all this sort of stuff, but fundamentally they're the same shoe. What other shoes are there out there that you think people can train in, you know, and do those daily miles, those longer miles, those quicker stuff, and then take into race day? Let us know in the comments. But for me, like I said, the Speed 3 is ultimately the king of that. But the other shoes do offer something for you. As I said, if you're like a slightly bigger runner, or you want something a little bit more softer and a little bit more forgiving than the 1080, or you want something more of a daily trainer feel, then the Nova Blast. There's something there for everybody. But that's it for me, guys. Good luck with your marathon training. Let me know how you're getting. Make sure you tune into the live stream on a Friday. Keep me updated on how that training is going. But I will see you guys later.